Fernando Pimentel, BehindTheGloves.com here with Seniesa Estrada. Seniesa, you have gotten a name out here in the West Coast, and obviously female boxing needs to come up from the ashes of where it's at, and you're one of the people who are leading the stride. Here on the West Coast, on the East, we have Heather the Heat Hardy. Your thoughts on being one of the women that are actually given the opportunity to box and showcase their skills?
Well, it's been a long, tough journey, but since I was 8 years old, before I even started boxing, I knew that this is exactly what I wanted to be doing, and I knew that I would be in this position, even before I started boxing. If you just believe in yourself and you follow your dreams, they can come true. So, yeah, it's been tough, but I'm glad that, promoters like K2 Promotions, Tom Loeffler, and Golden Boy Promotions have given me the opportunity to be on these big cards and be able to display my talent and my skills.
Talk to us about those opportunities. Again, this is the third time you're going to be fighting here at the Forum, twice on a Triple G undercard, this time on the Roman card on September 10th. And like you said, you were at the Velasco's a couple months ago. Your thoughts on these promoters actually giving you the time, giving you the opportunity to showcase those skills?
I think it's great. The big thing, of course, for any fighter, but for women is, it's being able to, sell tickets and have a following. And luckily for me, I've been blessed to have a following and continue to build a following. So not only that, but when people, actually watch me fight, they're intrigued and they're interested and they're entertained, which is, all I want to do. I just want to entertain people with my skills.
Now, talk to us about your inspirations in boxing. What led you to actually become a boxer? As you stated that you've been watching it since you were 8 years old, and it's been your passion. So what fighters led you onto this career path?
Well, I would watch boxing with my dad when I was a little girl. Before I started boxing, about maybe 6 or 7 years old, his favorite fighter is Roberto Duran, and one of my favorites was Sugar Ray Leonard, Roy Jones. So watching boxing with him growing up, it just intrigued me, and I knew from the moment that I saw it that that's exactly what I wanted to be doing.
Now, a couple of us today were actually able to see you spar today and see some of the moves that you had, and you kind of mimicked Roy Jones a little once in a while. When you were in the southpaw stance, you left your stance a little open, trying to trick your opponent into coming into you. Did you just take aspects from your favorite fighters to create your own style?
Yeah, I mean, I study Roy Jones all the time, and so many other fighters such as like Salvador Sanchez, Sugar Ray Leonard, Pernell Whitaker, all these fighters, and I just don't go in the ring and just mimic what they do because it looks cool. I mimic it because I know exactly why they're doing it, and I know there's a reason for it. Like everything I'm doing in there, I was setting her up and setting things up, and there's a rhyme and a reason for everything I do in there.
Now, a year ago, we were at a press conference, and Roy Jones Jr. praised you. He didn't have to do it. He just saw you in the stands right there, and he was like, "You guys need to watch her fight." Now, Clarissa Shields was in the Olympics, won a gold medal again, repeated, and she tweeted something out towards Floyd Mayweather. As we know, Floyd was in Rio. He was there with I cannot pronounce his name correctly. Help me. Shakur Stevenson, there we go. Shakur Stevenson. And he was praising him even though he had lost the gold medal, which is something we should do to our Olympians. But he didn't really reach out or say anything about Clarissa, even though she defended her gold medal once again. Your thoughts on that? Obviously, we had your aspect where somebody praised you, legend Roy Jones Jr., and Floyd was there but didn't, reach out to a woman boxer, American, winning the gold medal and making our country proud.
Right, yeah, it's very true, and I mean, it's sad to know that. But at the same time, boxing's all about a business, and Floyd, if he doesn't see any money, promoters aren't going to want to get involved in it. And, it sucks, but at the same time, it's true. Like, as for me, I get these opportunities because I sell tickets. And not only do I cover my fight on the card, I cover, a couple other fights that are on the card as well. And I have a following, and promoters notice that, and they see that. And as for Roy Jones, he had no clue that I, can sell that many tickets and I have building such a big following. He just saw the skills, which is even better, which made everything so much better because he didn't care about all that. He didn't care that I was a girl or, I was a female fighter. He saw the skills and he saw the talent, and that's all that mattered to him. So I thank Roy Jones all the time for that.
Since that, have you had conversations with Roy? What has he said about you? I know he's obviously tried to keep up with you in your career and everything. Yeah. He pretty much told everybody they need to do the same thing. So what has he said about your career, and what has he said about your progression in the game?
He's every time I see him, he always says he's very proud of me. He saw me fight at the Forum again, and as I'm actually fighting, he's sitting down ringside and he's telling me what to do. And at times I listen to him. We see the same thing. We have the same style and we think alike. So everything he was telling me to do while my fight was going on, my trainer in the corner was already telling me to do it. So it's kind of like we just click. We just know that our style is just the same. So he's always he's every time after my fights, he's always telling me how proud he is, and he's always giving me advice. He's always like, you did great, but you can work on this, this, and that. And I go to the gym and I remember it and I work on it.
Now let's talk about your fight on September 10th here at the Forum. You're fighting two-time IBF former champion Nancy Franco. Your thoughts on that fight and what fans should expect from that night? Obviously, they need to come early to check you out, but what should they expect that night?
You should expect an exciting fight. I'm fighting 8 rounds, and I'm very excited to be fighting 8 rounds because, women, we only fight 2 minutes. So fighting 4 and 6 rounds, it goes by like this. So getting the opportunity to fight 8 rounds and, continue fighting 8 rounds and 10 rounds, it's better for me and better for my style because I can actually, set up my punches more. I can display my skills much more than I can in a 4 and a 6 round fight. So I'm expecting to be a great fight and don't want to miss it for sure.
Now, where could the fans who are wanting to learn about women boxing and get to know more about you, where could they follow you? Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. That way they could see you in training camp, see you after fights, and basically just see what you do.
Yeah, you guys can follow me on Instagram or Twitter at Seniesa_Estrada and Facebook Seniesa Estrada.
Alrighty then, Fernando Pimentel for BehindTheGloves.com here with Seniesa Estrada telling you check her out. September 10th, Inglewood at the Forum. She'll be on the Chocolatito Cuadras undercard. Tickets are on sale. Fernando Pimentel, BehindTheGloves.com, saying we'll see you at the fights.
Hey, fight fans, if you guys haven't already done so, make sure you download the Behind the Gloves app. It's free, and it features really cool stuff like a fight calendar that reminds you of all the upcoming fights, and it allows for you to, with one click, to remind yourself directly to your phone. And it also features 24/7 breaking news that's going on in boxing. So make sure you guys go ahead and do that and subscribe to this channel.